Grace, mercy, and peace, joy be to you from God our Father and our resurrected Lord and Savior. The words for our meditation this morning are words from 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 8 to 9. Those verses are printed in your bulletin. Listen to these words. Though you have not seen him, you love him. And even though you do not see him now, you believe in him and are filled with an inexpressible and glorious joy, for you are receiving the end result of your faith, the salvation of your souls. This is God's word. As I mentioned at the beginning of our worship this morning, today's the last Sunday that we'll be focusing specifically on Easter, its accounts, and the Easter hymns directly as well, maybe one or two during this Easter season. But that doesn't mean that our focus on Easter or our Sunday worship is any less significant or doesn't focus on Easter, because that's what Sunday is intended to do, to remember that our true God and true man, the Lord Jesus Christ, is the one who rose bodily in his flesh. He rose on that Sunday morning, that Easter Sunday, and then because that happened, also, we recognize that if there's a resurrection, there also had to be that Jesus, our true God and true man, also died on that Good Friday. And so all the things that we do, really, as we do this morning, for maybe one more specific time, we peek into that empty tomb, and we see also then a Savior who is not there, but a Savior who has been reunited, body and soul, true God and true man, and his cross wounds, the wounds from his cross, are able to be seen by his disciples, to be seen by many people, and believing and proclaiming that, Lord, yes, you are alive. And so for us, we look and say the end result of Easter, the end result of Easter is indeed salvation. So what? So let's love Jesus. Let's continue to love Jesus. So what? So let's also be filled with an inexpressible and glorious joy. Maybe you recognize the words from our text this morning from Peter. They were words that were one of the lessons on our Easter Sunday and Easter worship. And they're really words that take into account, they're words that really put into focus everything that Easter is about Jesus' ministry. It's about our salvation. It's about how we live our lives. It's about eternal life. It impacts how we look at life on a day-to-day basis. And if you're just looking at those words and you had to summarize them, well, summarize those words from 1 Peter, maybe you'd be able to say something like, Jesus, I believe that you died and rose for me. Jesus, I know that I'm going to heaven. And boy, do I love you. And Jesus, I am a happy person. Isn't that really what Peter is saying? And as we look at these words and we focus in on them, it really is something to take to heart. And if we look at the verses just before the words of our text, as Peter was writing them, he said this. Maybe you recall these words too. Peter wrote in verse 3 of chapter 1, Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In his great mercy, he has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. All right, so what's the big deal with Easter? You heard what Peter said. He said, everything that has to do with that resurrection has to do with eternal life. It has to do with salvation. And you heard words like having a living hope. Jesus showing us that mercy. All of those things being able to say, God, I believe that Jesus Christ, on that Easter morning, he got rid of his burial cloths and he rose. And he accomplished my salvation. Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In his great mercy, he has given us new birth into a living hope. It is a new birth that we have. And that new birth is one that, Lord, it's also tied into what Peter would write later in his letter, a new birth that reminds us also of baptism. And what does Peter link also with baptism? Jesus' resurrection. Listen to what Peter wrote later on in this letter. Baptism now saves you also, not the removal of dirt from the body, but the pledge of a clear conscience toward God. It saves you by the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who has gone into heaven and is at the right hand of God, with angels, authorities, and powers in submission to him. God in his mercy saw our spiritually lost condition. He came and sent Jesus so that we can believe that now death, sin, and Satan have been defeated. I know that I have a new life in Jesus Christ. I have every opportunity. Well, if it's all connected then to the resurrection, which is also connected to Good Friday, if the end result of Easter is salvation, what connects me then to that resurrection? What connects me to Jesus? And you heard that in our text for today, what Peter says. For you are receiving the end result of your faith, the salvation of your souls. The goal of your faith. How do we have salvation? What connects us? It is that faith in believing in Jesus Christ. It is just as Jesus said to Thomas, believe, blessed are those who believe even though they have not seen. And you remember what the author to the Hebrews wrote. Faith is being sure of what we hope for, certain of what we do not see. All of these things tie in together, being able to say, Lord, here is my faith. I trust in you. I am assured of my salvation. I'm assured that you rose. I trust in that. I rely on that. I know that I stand now with a new birth. I have a living hope. Heaven is opened. And so what do? I love Jesus. The end result of Easter is salvation. But now what do I do with that? That's what Peter wrote. For you are receiving the end result of your faith, the salvation of your souls. So how do we love Jesus? How do we love him? We hold him more dear than anything else in the world. So Easter is really a reminder, Lord, I have heaven, and now I love you. When the kids, and we sometimes say in our worship services about love, being able to serve God, serve Jesus now that he's completed our salvation, we always say, we recite Luther's explanation as a summary. How do we love Jesus? We love him by wanting to serve him because he's done everything for me, to serve him in everlasting righteousness. I get to serve Jesus in righteousness. That means a forgiven sinner. Isn't that reason to love Jesus, that my sins are gone? To serve him in everlasting righteousness? Innocence. How do I love Jesus? To love him even though I haven't seen him and I hold on to him in faith. I love him and hold on to him in innocence. And Lord, I don't want any part of my life to do anything with sin. That's what Jesus died for. I don't want any part of me. Satan is not controlling any part of my life. I want to get rid of every sin. I want to hate sin. I want that to be out of my life, and I want to follow what you say, Lord. Innocently, that, Lord, there's nothing in my life that I know that it's going against your word. And if I know that I'm weak in an area, I want to change it. That's love, because I'm committed to you. Do you realize in our mission statement, which is in our bulletin every Sunday, how often the word love is mentioned? Our mission, as we have, this is our congregation's mission statement, is for members to grow in faith, love, there it is, to grow in faith, love, and commitment. That's all to Jesus Christ. To love one another as he has loved us, and to proclaim him as a Savior needed by all people. You know, it's so easy to say, Lord, I believe you, everything, you're alive, and then we forget that love part. but it's something that we want to do, to make a difference in our lives, to serve him in everlasting forever, righteousness, innocence, and blessedness. I'm happy. I'm happy to serve you, Jesus. You know what's interesting? You heard what Jesus said to Peter on that shore about loving. You don't get it in the English, but if you're familiar, if you're a Bible student, you remember when Jesus started to ask Peter, do you love me, Peter? Did you think about that when you were reading through it and heard the account again? What is kind of significant, and again, what I think is interesting, remember what Jesus said, do you love me, Peter, more than these? Probably talking about those other apostles. Remember Peter made the claim, if everybody falls away, if everybody falls away, Lord, I won't. I'm going to be here. Now Jesus had already appeared to Peter. This isn't saying that Peter hadn't been forgiven, but now Peter is being restored to be able to be, he would be one of the leaders going out, working among the Jews in the early Christian church. He'd be with the apostles. And Jesus says, do you love me? Do you love me, Peter? He used the word for love, which is the Greek word that many of you are familiar with. It comes the agape love. The love, probably meaning in this instance, it's the love that shows that a commitment. It shows a relationship, a devotion to somebody regardless of what they do to me. Unconditional love in one sense. So he said, Peter, do you love me that way? And Peter responds with a love that, Lord, you know that I love you. But it wasn't the agape, it was the love that is from where we get Philadelphia. Phyllis, friend. Phyllis, Philadelphia, city of brotherly love. Phyllis meaning love, brotherly kind of love, dealt with a brother. But it's a kind of love that is a friendship kind of love. Here's Peter. Jesus is probably saying, all right, Peter, are you going to be arrogant? Are you going to be bold about it? Are you going to be arrogant? Are you going to be prideful? Oh, God, I can do everything for you, Jesus. I'm going to follow you. But Peter backs off. And Jesus says again about you loving Peter. And he's encouraging him to go out, feed lambs, and do other things. Do you love me? He uses the agape love again. And then Peter responds with the phileo, the philos. Lord, you know this. Then Jesus a third time. Do you think the Bible doesn't tell us? Do you think Jesus asked him 3 times? Did Jesus deny him 3 times? And if you go back right before this, remember you had the big